or good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. We're going to play, well, I'm going to play and you're going to watch Metal Gear Solid 2. Well, I mean, not really anything else to that. I'm going to do normal any percent, which is essentially I'm not going for any particular in-game rank. We're going to go radar off because radar is a pointless thing to use. I'm going to give the countdown start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So if anybody has ever in their life saw the game, to be acutely aware of how many cutscenes, codec calls, that kind of thing there is. We're going to just skip them because waste of time, frankly. Everything counts towards your in-game time here. Cutscenes, codecs, load screens. The only thing that does not is being paused. It's like physically pausing the game. So if you're a speedrunner, you want to obviously see all the cutscenes and codecs. So we're going to take this path. So the first thing we have to do is get to Olga, who is our first boss encounter. And the tanker is essentially a tutorial level. It is like that's basically what it's built to be. Thanks for the good luck, Stout Edge. Stout Edge is the best MGS player of the world, frankly. He's also a glitch hunter, so he's found a lot of, well, found most of and adapted quite a few of the glitches that we use in the run. He's very good at what he does. So like I said, we're going to see Olga. Ignore that camera. And we'll head up to the bridge. That's choppy. Not coming for me. I'm not dropping any frames anyway. Not my speed position. But yeah, so we're gonna fight Olga. Preferably Olga will go left. No game audio? Right. So Olga has gone left and that's good. We can loop her if we're lucky, which essentially means we keep her in trying to reload her USP and she won't activate a cutscene that costs you. If you play this game enough, it'll cost you some mental health stability. So we're able to get her 4 shots like that. I can turn the game up a little bit. I can kind of level it out where required. No problem. During certain fights, the game audio kind of shoots up, especially with like not so much for the Olga fight because I'm using a silenced M9, but when you're using like rocket launchers and machine guns and the game audio can get pretty loud if your weapons are quite loud. So Olga was done, so we're heading down to the engine room. Then into the hold. Yeah, I'll bring it up now in a sec. Oh, well, we missed. Okay. Oh, well. I run great risk of being kicked in the face. We're into that guy. I'll head in here. If we can get to the engine room without too much trouble, then we're not too bad, because the alert will clear at the engine room. Okay, so I got shot, that's good. And that's because I get shot, I do have invincibility frames, so if one of those guys tried to kick me, okay, so register. So I will, when I get out of the engine room, I'll turn the volume up a little. Just the engine room is all timing based. You want to be quite quick to get through here as fast as possible. It's all about different patrol routes because nobody really is static in this area. Such as the guy upstairs here. I want to get him when he's like where he is now. That we can do this. We're going to shoot him in the back with an M9, then shoot the USP and miss it because we're an idiot. Preferably I'd have shot like a fraction of a second earlier. I could have skipped that little cutscene, but I missed that bomb. Right again, there we go. We'll head into the holes. I should be able to turn the game audio up. Right, like that. Just let me know if that's not any better. I'm just listening here for you. Like so. Preferably I would have shot him a small bit earlier. Yeah, so that's Snake's first kick in the face. But yeah, gonna have to be careful now because Snake is kind of wrecked. Yeah, so we don't want to get killed because it slows us down. Pretty much slow. Contair slows you down, but I was a bit low on health as well from the unfortunate incident earlier where I got caught by the camera. So hop in here and grab a ration. Okay. Now in this game, rations are not just food; they are healing items. Gonna aim to not kill anyone if I can. So the objective here is you pop out behind your cover and aim for headshots. I'm gonna be a little quiet while I aim. You can aim where you know they're going to be as well. So I missed those last three. If you get them, you can get them before they even hear showing up. That's okay. That's okay. It was a small bit slow, but it wasn't too bad. And I didn't die, which is always good as well. That's always good as well. We're going to use one of the few glitches. Or we'll mess it up. On the ladder glitch. So we're going to punch camera. Then press a series of buttons in order at the right time. Buttons would be, or well, the list of inputs from start to finish is circle, L2, triangle, hold left on the pad, tap X, tap up, mash triangle. And climbing down the ladder. Seconds. I'll hold these guys up, way through. Oh, that was lucky. You're not meant to be. You're not meant to bump into. That was definitely not advised. For the pictures of Ray, 2-spot camera. When this game was ported, if anyone remembers the substance, release on PS2, kind of screwed up the hitbox for the pictures of Ray, and possible to get those all 4 photos from the location. You can also use 3-spot camera, which is a little easier, but the difference in being like 2-spot and 3-spot is literally not. The 3-spot camera is definitely more consistent, easy. Kind of have to be very particular about 2-spot. There's just a lot of cutscenes to skip before we game. That always amusing. You don't want to get killed because it's true. Just a statement of the obvious. And what slows us down more than dying? Smashing into the save screen. The time loss from that is very independent of the saves you have. I have a lot of saves from practice. Oh well. So the start of the plant is boring. Say about just a lot of cutscenes. I think I might. Now it's supposed to be a good time to explain a couple of things that I'll do that you might. So first of all, as riding, I'm gonna roll or cartwheel more often than I won't. In particular down long straight corridors and the likes. Reason being is riding moves faster, cartwheeling than it does running. If you're wondering why you didn't do that with Snake, Snake's roll only ever faster at the beginning. The recovery animation is, I think, it's going to be like seconds walking. You might think, well, it's only 0.3 seconds. I think no, 0.3 seconds every like 100 times. But if you did 100 times throughout the tanker, it does become slower. It is faster as go upstairs and some stairs. As riding, you preferably don't want to roll upstairs at all, because he'll fall. Just the way he cartwheels, he'll just fall on the stairs. That's bad. Rolling downstairs is perfectly. As with Snake, I'll preferably not main or manage my image at any point unless I'm doing a cartwheel. Get stopped in place, which is bad. It's bad. Certain strats, that kind of thing require that you keep that 1 second pause to kind of make it not work. I do have previous item weapon effect on. Faster way to do it. In the docks, these guys go down in one hit. Broken too. Now the elevator's here. Everybody's face. Yeah. So, all we learned so far, we'll roll a lot, and I will only menu when I roll. If possible. Sometimes it's impossible. For obvious reasons. Well, I say obvious. Situation depends. What else is there? What else is important? I'm gonna be fast, that's on the agenda. I'm gonna skip all the cutscenes, just like the tanker. Yeah, and rolling into doors, load zones is very important. That saves a minute amount of time per load zone, but it does add up to a nice bit of time saved throughout the entire run. And as you might have noticed, I tried to roll into the door and Raiden just rolled at the air. That happens. Hold X, Raiden will go prone and then crawl his way into the load zone, which is still faster than if I finish the roll and then just walk into it. This door doesn't act like the rest. Notice I can't roll that load zone, walk into it. But that's like one of a few. So it's just a lot of cutscene codex. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Roll into this dude. Roll him. Miss it, so we'll crawl. Dying is optimal. So, activate another set of cutscenes.
What a
Hold this gun. Like this. We'll see, please. About a minute. Only Peter. Bomb disposal expert. Probably gonna. Absolutely. Head out. And this is where we meet Fortune. And for big fans of the series, you know the meme, the dude meme, that's where that came from. Heals shot a grenade at her. I think it's like an OH animal. OH. Good. Dummy still. A whole lot going on at the minute. Lots going on. A little while. Oh, pretty boring. The entire plan chapter during like the bomb was pretty boring. The idea I believe behind it was to kind of let you go on. Get a map that not a very kind of tutorial aspect. But it's still all things considered. So that's bad menu. End myself. Grab these chat. That's better menu. We'll keep chat because we don't need the gun. Long the time. Like I mean, on the way back, bridge for the second time. Onto this way. Well, I was too close to the door frame, and I didn't drone. If you're wondering, a roll out there. Oh, 10 hits. That doesn't count as a kill. Didn't kill. Water did. I'm behind this guy's back. Remember, by the train. Or chaff grenade. Oh, back this. Use a little mechanic. Well, it's not a mechanic. It's abuse of the mechanic. It's called a coolant rise. Where we're switching to coolant as we stand up. Yeah. Where we begin to stand up, we put the coolant. Like that just skips right. Standing up on it. The minute we crawl onto this bridge, we'll go. So I'll stick to this side of the bridge because our wheel along this side, that dude will see us before he turns around and also right is kind of grab the M. Quickly equip. Hold the fuse. And this is kind of where some of the tutorial aspects of bomb disposal come into play, like hanging to reach an area you otherwise. Yep. Crap. Sorry, I have to go under the bridge before I get. I forgot. Wasn't paying attention. We have to make our move fairly precise. Bridge is littered with. There's 2 lines you can make on that bridge. One for the way towards straight, one for the way back. Left. Want to be careful. Any more will cause an instant alert wherever you're going next. The kind of big problem that area is the way this kind of game works. Kind of weird. Bump a corner, riding like a really deep angle. It's like a pinball machine. Riding is the ball, paddles, I hit it, gets like sent flying off to the opposite direction. Irritating. You can combat that with the box. Our box up. We'll pick up a box when we get back down. Fairly certain it's faster. Box up downstairs than it is to go out of your way to get that. But I have turned. That's just Rose is one of the ones because ignore Rose because box. Roll into that's all. Here it is. High up. Some say doing strut deep off is a bit. Learn this. Never learned how to do. And we're going to be a bit of a bamboo. This. Pull. Stop. Crank. I don't think he'll cause an alert with down and be like. Crank this guy so he turns around. The opposite side of him. I'm going to keep dancing while I spray them on. So, yeah. What'll happen? Hey, first. When it goes back and just like whatever that was isn't important. Won't see me. We'll go back to try and make a radio call. Partway through, which fall asleep. Back up. All bad time. So it's just that way. That works on universally. Except for easy. Knockdown. Let me use the box there. Break right and safe box. And there's an alert there, but it doesn't matter. Fades away. What I did there with the box was broke right and safe box. Just as he saw me. That means he shoot at me. Not really important for like health preservation or anything. Just when he gets shot, he's unlocked for us. Can't move. Bad. What is the number one reason? Stop. Deeper in. No come because get a call that call first though. We'll move. And we'll keep the M9 out. We'll equip the back. Pull. And then we're out here. Roll again on this guy. And we'll send him. These guys just love this stuff. Warm out there. The big heavy unit. Respite when it oil water. And back to the docks. Unlike MGS1, back to the dock. Back where it all began. There's a big bomb. Bombs are bad. Use the bomb. We kind of hesitate to call it a boss, or like an anti-boss speaking out. Can attack. Fortune. Fight. Mentioned Fortune earlier. No fighter, you just hang out and dance, that kind of stuff. Entertain yourself for 2. I think on normal, Fortune Fight is slightly slower than on Extreme. Big 2 rounds at a time on Extreme. On normal, supposedly not a timer, so to speak, rather how many times. I don't know if that's true or not though. Would be. Knows. Knows. I never bothered to check. Bother. Anyway, grab this ammo for later on. Good riding sunglasses. So this is kind of whatever. Get around and wait. Oh, gets wrecked by life. I mean, there's really nothing spectacular about this. There's not really much I can say about it. Like I said, just kind of dodging. Kind of use iframe. Pop out, cover, pop out shot like so. If I kept doing that, I'd wouldn't get hit by her. But you want to have an empty clip after you cut. When you shoot her, fortunately gets a little cutscene where she's, oh, you missed. You missed. Because you can't hit her. Possible. And that little cutscenes I do. If we go by the hypothesis that based on how many shots she back many will wipe down. And it's a waste of ammo. Regardless of anything else. It's a waste of ammo. So when she kinda wrecks the place, that's time is up and then you'll get this codec. You know, the fat man contacted. Fat man is responsible for all the bombs around the big shell. Fat man is a crazy guy who plants bomb and rollerblades. I got all the bike. Okay. Grab those chapping So we're heading is back. Like fat man. Grab around that. Box string. Wait. I'll endeavour not to kill during the run. Not like dream and I can go for a big boss or anything. I'll just make that endeavour to do. Boss fights included. Only the boss fight. In general, not much slower or more difficult. Lethal boss fight. I haven't got much. Nothing to say for it. Jab's a good. Up. Down. Up and just Gonna defuse the first bomb, and the second bomb will come last. I know where Fat Man is. Where he goes, we won't be far behind. We'll shoot him a couple of times in the body, knock him down, and then we'll land 2. I'll equip our weapon back to coolant. That's pretty much that. Boss game is too. Box is overpowered. Box is too powerful. We'll go meet a ninja. Ninja's just informing us where we can locate the president, or rather, we'll find the person who knows where the president is. Or an objective, as of this conversation, is disguise yourselves like one of the soldiers. Go find the hotels where the president is. You might notice with this outfit on that quite like one of the enemy soldiers. Correct? I look more like tanker enemies. L1 core for game reasons. Enemy soldiers just, and that's just so you can. What about the big shell dressed like? Crap. So we'll take the second part, which is right. We'll do it. But I care more. Bad time. Darn. Hoping that guy wouldn't see it. Build this. I'm not surprised it didn't. But it was worth the try. Oh wait. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, Cypher's gonna just cost me hell, so just to clear the alert. Dang it. I could use a chaff grenade, but I need that grenade for later on. I'm like pretty sure it's faster to get right and die than it. Oh my god, seriously, dude. Oh. Hey, trying to do over. So, welcome to the L1 core bridge boss. Reminder that the boss in the game. That was just a demonstration of bullshit I referred to earlier. Beat the L1 core big boss. Bridge boss rather. We're on our way. That's the bridge boss, I think we do. Hold that guy up. Not just him. We want this caution. downstairs. There's a guard who two little mini cutscene. Okay, so we'll hold them up. Cause the caution. A little faster than waiting on the cutscenes. Because there's no like steps involved in that. You hold them up as fast. Obviously, because we're in the enemy disguise, none of these guys right. As long as we don't get seen. I can't roll around in front of them and punch when they're looking, holding up weapons. I'm gonna quickly knock. I'm running forward. Yeah, he knocked pretty much immediately. He run, otherwise he'll walk.
Retinol pattern recognized. You are cleared to enter.
I'm gonna see. Now, Ames' location is right. So we'll have to take a little call. Preferably, he would be literally right ahead of us. Look like it. Ames white.
Reporting no problems in the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
Hanging out the back. So this is Ames.
You're
The only one of them.
aren't you?
Ames very distinct. Presumably on purpose. Yeah, that's Ames. Now it's more cutscenes, big surprise. It's not exactly MGS4, but a lot of them. That was our visit with Ames. Ocelot's come now, so Ocelot's going to take our balaclava away. Guys is effectively useless, but it does still have a small bit of use. Obviously, we can walk around with the AK and be enemy any longer. But we can't walk around with the AK anymore in our disguise like we were moments prior. However, the disguise does offer some camouflage capability. The enemy, for example, won't close or from as far away, should I say.
Freeze.
Like just now, if I wasn't wearing disguise, that guy would have instantly known who I was. I think it's kind of like they just kind of suspect you're one of them, or kind of realizing there's a lot of things. For example, none of us long blonde hair. That doesn't. Then we'll come over to it. Also offers some camouflage purposes outside the ship.
It's him. Everyone stay on. Nothing here.
Whatever. We've ended our caution, not that that matters. The worst thing that could happen is we get the strut D and the caution will be low because we run the risk of being seen by one of those goddamn president escort guys, and that is an American accent you heard there, Mo. Those guys are presidential escorts.
Who's that? I have him. I need some backup here.
They're assholes. It's kind of annoying now because Doofus is around. Whatever. I get through T. Come on now. shot. So yeah. I think we made it through that fairly reasonably. All things considered. The next step is destroy some of the sensors. Bridge. I say some, all of them. That one. Put them on. Overkill. That one. As you can imagine, as difficulty go up, sensor count rises. A bit extreme in your noise. Like here. It's that one. That was right. Or hit the wall. But we don't want to shoot Cypher itself because Cypher blows up sensor. I don't know why that works. It does. Cypher bombs blow up. But it's just. I'm also missing codec answers. We want to try and answer codec as literally as early as possible. Because it saves you a little bit of time. That's basically why I do anything, it saves time. A Harrier, first time we meet Solidus. We're gonna go try and get 4 shots at the start. 3 or 4 if we got a 4 shot. You can get like up to 6 shots. Get 6 if you have turbo. 5 is the most you can get out of it. I'm not. Out of it. You do. Christ. I'm gonna kind of go quiet here and there. Quite a Harrier. Quick even talking. I'll never look directly into the sun unless you're fighting Harrier. One thing to note, you do not want to fire and then lock on. That is incredibly important. The missile will not travel for as long. There's some more iframe. Several actions that Raiden can. That will cause a iframe. We'll actually demonstrate now the pop-out cover iframes. No, I won't because I didn't have the soak on it. Now this is fun. You can hide from these missiles. Also dodge them. Or fail to dodge them. That's her. Oh my god, you played Substance port. Firstly, that wasn't a port. Let's just get that out of the way. Substance was Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance was first released on Xbox. Secondly, God help you for that version. The worst version any game ever made. I think the start of the tanker sequence was like 15 frames per second. Rain effects absolutely kill the Xbox. Which doesn't make any sense because like Xbox is beefier than PS2 but couldn't take. I think it was just not ported well. Probably why. But yeah, no, the Xbox 360, the Xbox original port of Metal Gear Solid 2 is absolutely dire. Which later went on to be the version. Which is also dire, frankly. Fast as hell, but controller setup and that kind of stuff is absolutely atrocious. Running knock here to distract that guy. We'll use another little exploit where we smash a weapon, Biden just glides along. Or roll a little bit here. On this one, maybe look every 2 seconds. Oh, a chat grenade. Cancel by that, actually. I don't think it was hardware utilization. I think it was the game was built for a PS2 and then moved Xbox. I mean, it wasn't made for Xbox. Made particularly for a PS2, and it was just kind of put it on an Xbox. Microsoft is offering us hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, like the Xbox original was a P architecture. I think it was like X4 architecture. And you had the PS2, which was proprietary hardware made by Sony. Just the place that you put the console through and through. And like you say, the Xbox was the architecture, kind of. It didn't work. Which is naturally why, you know, the Xbox version on the PC. I mean, the sound, it sounds bad, it looks bad, and it runs bad. You know, it does, it really sounds terrible. Which is why obviously and that PC architecture, exactly why Xbox 360 was so popular. It was so much easier to port PC games Xbox. Because anybody well aware, games are made on a PC, and therefore if you kind of make it like a PC game and then port it to an Xbox, that's a lot easier to make on the PC, trying to port it over the well, in the 360 and PS3 with its weird Dell processor and weird ass architecture. Games are weird. Yeah, the Xbox original version is garbage. Mind you, the 360 version isn't much better. In fact, almost version. Despite the Xbox, ever so slightly better than the PS3. Yes, we're going to rescue the president. What we talk about console ports. This section is kind of boring. Section following is just kind of boring. And the end is pretty lit. We are near the end.
What are you doing?
Pretty good. Well, it's not so much that like Metal Gear Solid 2 wouldn't work on the Xbox's hardware architecture. It just needed to be built better. Just kind of shoved in there, you know. You know, it was just kind of Microsoft were like, hey, can you have Metal Gear Solid 2? And they're like, yeah, I guess we are working on a re-release. Or you can have it first. How much money are you gonna give? Oh, that's a lot of money. Sure, why not? Well, then it was kind of, you know, developers said, sounds like garbage. Yeah, but look at all this money. All this money.
I took these photos 2 years ago.
Don't get to see any of that money. Yeah, I know. Ask you. Make the damn game. Play testers like, yo, one's like 15 frames per second. Fine. Matter. Shut up. Fucking build the game. Don't even get me started on it. Thought that was a good. That damn control. I remember Metal Gear Solid 2 was Metal Gear Solid 2 control scheme was based around the idea that you control with 16 buttons and analog. Control layout Xbox did not have, because it didn't have, I think it was L1 and R1 buttons or whatever the equivalent on an Xbox is. Really was not built for it. Now there is a glitch you can do here as well, where you skip this swimming. I can't do it. And it's hell in the hands, so I'm not even gonna. It saves about 10 or 15 similar to the ladder glitch. Do, won't do. I'm just gonna. Yeah, but Xbox, Jesus Christ. I can't really say that Halo was originally Xbox One, the Xbox original stole. At that point, no one had played Halo. Xbox sold because the competition. It was a pretty decent console with a controller, but it was kind of like going back to the old days, I think, where you know Sega and Nintendo. Nintendo was always kind of doing their own thing. I mean, if you want to talk about controllers, let's talk about the or. But obviously Halo was. I don't really care for first-person shooters, but Halo I can't fault as a game. It was incredibly good. Back to this stuff. What I'm doing here is I'm gonna loop Vamp. So I'm gonna keep him trying to swing at me with his knife while I punch him. Not killing him, I'm just punching him. I'm gonna go to bed. What are we doing? Okay, I'll shoot myself. Stop riding. Proud of you. Try that again. Like Halo with the front. Especially for oh, water. That's the idea. You have to be in range of him, otherwise he'll fly away. I didn't get the fast kick. Oh, certainly Halo, like from the original Xbox, is still a fantastic game, but like, I think because it didn't really kind of age very badly. It didn't age at all, really. As far as looks go, it's pretty outdated, but mechanics and game, how it feels quite modern. Nothing about Halo that screams retro or old, you know. Unlike, say, something like Hitman 2, another shooter. Oh, so. Oh, the Duke was a pain in the arse. That controller was hell. Ridiculous. Now the 360 controller was a little better. You know, they added in. Kind of laid it out like a controller. Kind of having no one and R1 buttons and white and black buttons down on the bottom, like the idea was that. Yeah, the Xbox was a decent console. 80 games like every other console. I mean, can't really fault the Xbox for having a bad port in Metal Gear Solid 2 because how many bad ports have? By comparison, like, just one of those kind of couldn't have better been a thing. You know what I mean? Now we have Emma. We have to kind of car her around. I've spent most time talking about the Xbox tonight. Game, talking about what I'm doing. We're just gonna bring Emma around. Emma can't walk, so we bring her everywhere. This section is pretty kind of slow, a bit boring. I kind of have to feel like the idea behind it was here's a really slow section before the craziness later on. Like Solidus and Rays and Tengus and all sorts of other stuff. This isn't abuse, it's okay. Looking to overcome our fear of bugs. It's called tough love. We're on that elevator, back down. Up, go up, come on. The thing about the Shell 2 core is it's a little trick. One of these guys sees us and pulls his radio out. Not gonna be good for us. Because backup will come from my, and obviously it's kind of hard. You're not getting Emma to the door in time. You have to abandon Emma. Move on. Open of course that you don't. Open of course not. It just slows you down. Automatically. There's little cutscene stuff you can do. Got it during practice. Of course I did. Yeah, so we're just gonna carry her out here. Final frontier. Mo. Called Mo because that's why it's called Mo. Some of the guards around here do have names. Different reasons. He is Mo because Mo! And you hold him up. Yeah, we're gonna pop out onto the bridge and we're gonna grab some chaffs. Immediately. Cypher's on the. Won't throw it just yet though. Like I was saying, there's a couple of locations where I find it hard the genuine while standing still rule on it. Mostly with Emma. Obviously roll ahead. Everything in this area. Fire. Carry on. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 2 while you talk about it. I like Hank, so. I have little to no interest in Fox 1. Boss. My opinion. No such thing as Halo on the PS4, so. Can you play that Halo Master Chief Collection on? Don't know that for. About 58 minutes is good enough time to be around here. Actually not too bad at all. Not doing too shabby. Time-wise. And just a really quiet section. Just letting Emma get across without badly met. Oh. Crap. Dodge. I have killed. Oh. Hoping not have to kill it. This is where the animals. I want to get rid of these primal oxygen. I did almost forget. Might be able to probably the objective of the area is just destroy the ciphers. Stop the bad men. Pretty quiet. Yeah. Ah, yeah, this part I'm just. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've heard. I'll be pretty quiet during it as well, because I mean, there's not really anything to talk about. Just shoot, man. Cameras. Very quiet. Yeah, not much going on here. Oh, very.
This is Snake.
Just to show you can watch the birds fly, yes. Wanna go a bit of bird watching? Bird watching. Like a eagle? That looks like a eagle. Oh, there's two of them. Two seagulls. And a bird. More seagulls. Yes, so bird watching here is a bit. My attempt at being amusing. Funny. Look, it's a doofus. Yeah, so this is all pretty boring. I've actually fallen asleep. It is a little easier to kind of observe with the binoculars. The wider field. But yeah, sorry. Unless I destroy the pre life or something. Now the amount of ciphers and that kind of thing is not random, it's always the same. I like bird watching preferably without having to. Yeah, that's always nice. Forty right doesn't have much time for bird watching. As in fact. Maybe afterwards. Maybe later on. Right. I want to shoot Vamp in his legs because invincibility frames. Bam shots and kill him quickly. I am a little disappointed I didn't on T. For all those people. Whatever. It's not a Johnny slide among blood, that is blood. Bleeding on her way. Tragic. I'm not going to bed. Wonder how it's just more manual. Half out on the bridge. And yes, that guard is it. The unfortunate thing about him is you won't hear the in-out. Later on telling everybody to head to Arsenal there, so wonder he will die, likely. That's what I reckon anyway. Here I thought I was dropping for. So here we go. They appear to be maintained in 30. That's not. No, we're not gonna save. Why would we save? I'm gonna meet her. Follow this. Was Raiden's dad. Adoptive father or foster father, I think. Foster father. Foster dad.
You know this fellow? You remember me, don't you? You've grown. High concentration of cerebral implants.
No, it's not morning. It's about 20 after 4 in the afternoon. But the sentiment is pretty nice. This is kind of where things start to go weird. Get a bit weird around this point.
Olga, you can't.
We are almost finished.
They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little while.
We are almost finished.
Brace yourself.
Which will make up for starting a bit. We call Rose here. We call Rose because it gets our restraints released earlier. She will call you herself, but it's obviously faster to than a wait. Yes, we're gonna meet Snake. Hello. I'll answer this call, Doc. Oh, Doc. Deck. Camera. Immediately. So that guy doesn't
Who's there?
fully see. Something. Yes, Raiden's Snake. Don't mind that. Look, we all have rough eves. That camera. Fully. Oh, other way. Hold here and hope we get. moving. Matter. Mr. Oh! I'm gonna run into the room. I turned on him. Yeah. Continuous raw vision. One way to put it. In fact, if you're wondering, I think the idea is that, like, by stripping Raiden of equipment, they're also stripping him of the burden of being a video game character or something like that. Something kind of ridiculous like that, because up till this point, Raiden was like puppet, as you put it, but by being stripped. But he's essentially being born. I don't know. Interesting. I'm very much open to interpretation. I mean, Kojima didn't really explain, or at all, frankly. Then we meet with Snake, who will offer us our bows. He'll also give us a thick sword. It is required that you swing the sword around enough times. It's like the difference is about 10 seconds. Don't swing the sword, so this will finish up whether or not you swing the sword, but it's a little slower if you don't swing. What we'll do here is we're going to use a door glitch, where we'll preferably, like, the door will press up against it, punch, combo, and Raiden will like fall into the low zone, which is pretty helpful. So we're going to go stun. Oh, doing the throw. Got a kick in the face with my day. Go on there. Hang out here. Wait for that to detonate. Ah. These guys at the door are causing us trouble here. Yeah, like that. Those guys are getting in your way, they're not getting through. It just makes it a pain. There's no such dips here, fortunately. So I think like I'm just gonna blow them up with stinger missiles. Snake does most of the work here. Not much Raiden can really do. I was playing the Sun's Liberty on the PS2. There's a cooling glitch, which involves knocking Snake out with a tranquilizer, standing in this corner and spraying left to right, cooling, and you just kind of keep the guard suspended. Eventually, fades. I don't understand. There you go. Generally, Snake will kill a lot more than you will, just because it's faster. Bullets do count for more damage, funnily enough, but it's still good to help. And obviously, when they bunch up like that, you're missing a couple of them. It's always good. The fish and mail screen means that for 1/3 of the way through the fight, you'll get 2 of them. When you get the second one, you know you're pretty much almost done. But a faster they come, the better. Things are clearing through faster. We're 2/3 finished. Hello. Can I still grab that? That can be helpful for later. When trouble with the raise. I don't mind using up all this ammo because I'm finished here. I'll be able to pick up several packs. That the frame drops as well that I'm getting don't actually matter for IGT. They obviously matter for the other. Well. So that's that one. That's that. How much time do you think you have left? Like, these I'd say it wouldn't even be for 10 minutes. Like that. This has gone a lot better than it did earlier when I got the 131. I'd probably let the next person know to start getting ready because I'm pretty much finished up here. I'm gonna leave right in a stick pose like so. Yeah, like 15 minutes. Nice.
Solid snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack? I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets. But I've made use of you, and their plan too. Solid Snake's sudden appearance.
And this doesn't affect time in any way because the speech carries on regardless. The only place in the game where menu was this entire section where menu doesn't affect your time at all.
Those days during the Civil War
won't stop time, so
every day was absolute, split between life and death. You ran from it, and now you've been led back to war by something less than real.
So we're gonna beat the raise. Right. I'm gonna go from middle to the left, far right, and rinse and repeat that a couple of times. Middle guy, far left, and far right. When he gets hit, we're gonna move along. Stand about. Typical. Whatever. Stand around. Kind of twist ourselves a little bit. I'm gonna cycle this one. Like that. So about put him in his head. Got left. Raise is pretty basic. Actually, we're on the wrong. And if we stand on this ammo box, we hit like ammo reach. The damage can be better. We have to be careful that when we're going to the next raid that we don't do it too quickly. The missile will lock on. The missile we just fired will lock on to that ray instead. And that just only enough the rays can give you a little bit of cover from approaching missiles. I don't want to juggle them. Best is keep them from firing missiles. Like effectively, don't want them to be at you at all. like so, and that's the race. As far as time goes, 5 more minutes. Like 5, maybe 10 at most. Yeah, and like extreme, you fight 20. Yeah, it's just.
Awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal
Yeah,
AI is corrupted.
I don't know.
Repair.
I'm gonna roughly say about 7 minutes, give or take. I mean, that's not to say it like 127 just all time, but it's a time rolled out warning. But
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my
pending,
son.
pending a decent solid this fight. I reckon about. Shit. Yeah, I'm in the match here. I might die now. Oh, that was lucky.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him.
It's like
I
the
want
final
the
fight,
answers
is it?
from. They were. No.
Aim. Son.
Kind of casually matching here. Hella underestimate. I don't feel like having to train my fingers. So I guess about 5 minutes left.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack, listen to me. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation.
Yeah, he might very well be. Lawless is kind of strange because he's like he's a bad guy, but he's like what he's wanting is pretty bad. Interesting.
Right.
Like he doesn't want unknown body controlling
Jack,
information, history, that kind of thing, which is fair.
my clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents. It's time we were both free. I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The
What the?
information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex.
Let's go. So we're gonna like make all of this loop there. We'll get him to block 2 shots. He'll kick, we'll block the kick, then we hit him. There's another one that I'm not too familiar with performance, so I'll just go with one. Okay, so what we don't want to do is knock him down, that's bad. I'm gonna go into this then instead. So we'll get him to block 2, hit him with 2. And if you stand far enough away from Solus, he'll start attacking you. That's an alternate way of doing it. There's a couple of ways to fight Solus. Just down to what you're happiest with, I guess. Now we have stage 2 of Solidus, and I'd just about get ready for the time as well. Because we're pretty much finishing up here once I hit him for the last time. This fight's done pretty well. I'm happy with that at least. Frankly, the run went pretty well. Considering. Okay. Ready with the time. What am I doing? That's time. And that is Metal Gear Solid 2. We'll finish watching this little cutscene because why not? On 26:35. What's that? For IGT, I'll do quick math. Go to 1:33, give or take. So that's not too bad. That's about 3 minutes slower than my PB. But I kind of consider that's kind of presuming yeah, I'll do that in a minute. That's kind of with loading trick, and loading trick is essentially I play up to the sniper section, exit, and then everything up to that point will load faster. It was about 4 or 5 minutes in a run. So that's pretty good. Well, as Raiden has an existential crisis and goes to meet Snake, I will finish off. Thanks to the organisers. Let me. Yeah, sure. If you want to let the credits roll, then. But I'd say thanks very much for giving me the time to show off Metal Gear Solid 2. Make sure it is for charity, so make sure to donate. Yeah, and on that 9/11 comment, you were also meant to the ending was going to be Solidus Raiden crashing like the Statue of Liberty, but they removed that as well after 9/11. Didn't want to appear insensitive. But anyway, that will be all for me. You can watch the credits roll. It's got a nice song. Maybe it's worth watching. Very much for having me. For the donate all of your money. If you do not have any money, liquidate your possessions and donate that.